later than that. Come on.
Back to the back benches, Kerslake.
There's the best in entertainment for Wednesday night on Thames. At 7, Eamon Andrews returns with This Is Your Life.
Oh, no, I don't believe it.
Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, dear you.
At 8:30, a new series of Full House.
You're gonna what? Have a baby. Not me, of course, Marcia. But why?
It was in his diary.
And at 9, keep a date with Car Wars, the 1986 motor show. A look at the global conflict where every trick and gimmick is used to get you to sign on the dotted line. Even the Spitting Image team will be there to add their views on the matter. And this is a look at the lineup of programs, including Coronation Street and Pass the Buck, Wednesday night on Thames.
There is a place in Spain where the happy sun always shines, all surrounded with exotic scenery. Just imagine how great you'd feel. Canary Islands, that's how it's called. Come and see them, don't wait long, and enjoy the Canary Earth in Spain, a tropical place.
Canary Islands, the tropical Spain.
There comes a time when it's nice to know you're with experienced people. People who've originated ideas that others could only copy. People who've got the most sophisticated technology at their fingertips. And people who are always on hand to give helpful, expert advice. That's why 7 million customers put their trust in us. Abbey National. We are behind you, all the way, now and into the future.
Every airline tells you how comfy its business class seats are. But on a 7-hour flight, no seat is that comfortable. So Virgin Atlantic's upper class offers you a spacious lounge to move around in, a separate bar, and the only business class with sleeper seats across the Atlantic. Virgin Atlantic's upper class to Miami and New York. It makes other airlines feel uncomfortable.
In this week's TV Times, Penelope Keith, starring in a new comedy series, reveals that being at home is the good life for her. Lost Empires, a dramatic look back at the vanished variety theatre. Wurzel Gummidge returns on Channel 4, and there's a free full-colour star portrait. Recognise him? Sir Harry Seacombe's story starts this week. A holiday bargain in Sicily. Knit your own make-piece sweater. More pages for your soaps album, and over 200 hours of television on ITV and Channel 4.
TV Times.
Well, just a reminder that tonight at 10:35 we'll be bringing you coverage of television's brightest and best indoor bowls tournament. Tonight at 10:35. This is Thames from London. In 5 minutes' time we'll be going over to the studios of ITN for the news. Now the time is 10 o'clock. There now follows a party political broadcast by the Labour Party.
Today, fresh from a triumphant party conference, the Labour leader Neil Kinnock launched a major new initiative, the party's agenda for Britain's recovery. Mr. Kinnock told journalists at a crowded press conference in London this morning that the fight to end what he called the waste of the Thatcher years was now on.
Mr. Kinnock, what do you expect to achieve with this launch today?
It's the bringing together of our campaigns on jobs and industry and freedom and fairness, and our proposition is that we think that if the British people get the right investment, they can make this country more efficient, more competitive, and provide a very solid foundation for the development of individual opportunity and justice.
Thank you.
Labour's new campaign is called Investing in People, and they feel the message is so important, they've published a special brochure to explain it. Labour have also taken the unusual step of putting the brochure into newsagent shops all over Britain, and from today it will be available with your daily newspapers and magazines. Already, the brochure's message is getting through to people.
A marvellous idea. Get people interested in the party, in investing in people, as it says, and getting people to realise that money needs to be circulated round the country before it goes overseas.
I mean, if you look at the health service, education, housing, and they're all areas where I think a lot of public money should be spent. So I would welcome any steps that the Labour Party did to improve those services. And yes, I think too much money does go out of the country.
I mean, the manufacturing industry in this country has gone to nothing. I mean, if you look around in my trade, which is clothing and so on, there's probably 50–60% of the goods are coming in from abroad, which can't be right if people are unemployed in this country.
Britain's manufacturing industry has been declining steadily ever since the present government came to power in 1979. This means that Britain's capacity to make and sell things has shrunk dramatically. This in turn has put millions of people out of work and run up a huge bill to pay for them. The number of people out of work has more than trebled in the last 7 years. And the cost of keeping 3.5 million people on the dole is a staggering £20 billion a year, which instead of being invested, is being wasted. Maria Dingwall is an experienced sales assistant. She wants to work, but finding a job has proved impossible.
You can only go to so many job interviews in a week. You only hand out so many CVs. You can only pester people so much at a time without being a nuisance. I just never expected to be unemployed. That's the greatest shock to me I've ever had.
With millions of people like Maria out of work, Britain's economic growth has been poorer than all her major competitors. Italy, France, Germany, Canada, the United States and Japan have all done better than Britain over the last 7 years. Meanwhile, £11 billion, which could have been invested in Britain last year, has gone abroad, helping our competitors. Not long ago, Britain was making a £4 billion profit from selling our manufactures to the rest of the world. Now, they are making a £4 billion profit out of us. For the first time, Britain is importing more manufactured goods than it exports. We asked Professor David Metcalf why manufacturing is so important to us.
Any country needs a strong manufacturing